Okay, so we walked past Quarry Manor, and I don't know if you noticed, but in the wall just on the right hand side there's a post box, and the post box there, and that's probably a hangover from the old post office. So where Cooper's Place is there was the original Quarry post office in Beaumont Road. That was run by a woman called Mrs. Cooper, and that's probably why it's called Cooper's Place, because it was demolished. My mum told me it had a huge garden, big enough to build that entire estate down there. So that was run by Mrs. Cooper. Another interesting kind of thing, and Darren, you'll probably know about this, is number 16 Beaumont Road. Right. So number 16 Beaumont Road, you can't see it. It's a landlocked building. So you see where the Edwardian brick house is there, and please don't go down and have a look, because I hope nobody lives there either. But number 16 is just where that opening is, just there. That's number 16. You walk down that long path, Darren, down a long path, and you get there, and that is where the cottage is. And I will show you. There you go. There you go. That's what it looks like. There we go.
It's got a bit of an extension now that he
Yeah,
has
it's got
built.
a bit of extension, got some solar
He
panels.
built with his own fair hand.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So that was probably built around 1760.
They didn't have any deed.
There we go.
There were no deeds and no foundation.
No deeds, no foundations. There we go. So that's a really old one. And again, if you look, I can send you all these pictures. Look at the stone. This is quality stone. Not like the rubbish on my house. This is quality stone. This is solid stone. This is the good stuff that would have been mined out of here. And again, a very typical example of the sort of house that people developed here. Higgledy-piggledy, anarchic. They grabbed a piece of land, they built a house on it, and then he just lived there. There's no urban planning here. The only planning are the straight alleyways for the pits. This is an industrial area where people came to squat on rubbish. They liked the big gardens because the big gardens meant they could grow food, they could have allotments, they could grow vegetables. People here were not rich. They were here because they were poor and desperate and dodgy and all of those things. So having those big gardens was very necessary. Over here, that's the cottage I was talking about where James Coppert sets up, essentially establishes Methodism. That's where the first Methodist chapel was, just there. Now that's the back of the cottage. The front of the cottage is there. I didn't even know how you get to it. Do you? I mean, you have to deliver post there.
You can't.
You can't?
You can get the actual yard, yeah, you can see parts of it, but you can't see all of it.
Yeah. So that is essentially, that cottage has been landlocked. Originally that would have been in Trinity Road with a big long garden. What's happened is that over the years the long gardens have been truncated because people have sold the land off. So houses have kind of been built in front, and you have these sort of pockets of houses everywhere. I didn't really know about that house until I started doing research for this tour.